Matt Ryan makes prediction on Atlanta Falcons' handling of Kirk Cousins as trade rumors swirl. Atlanta Falcons legend Matt Ryan doesn't believe Kirk Cousins will be traded from the franchise as coach Raheem Morris decides to hand the starting quarterback position to Michael Penix Jr. However, he does expect a situation to arise where Cousins can find a home in the NFL that offers him an opportunity to prove he is still a winner. I think they've made it clear that Penix is their starter moving forward. I think Raheem has been steadfast on that and is contingent on Michael's ability to stay healthy. I think he's talented. In the 2 or 3 games he played at the end of the year, I think he showed a lot of promise. So I'm optimistic about him for the future, and we'll see how it shakes out. Ryan said at the 2025 American Century Championship in Lake Tahoe on Wednesday, "I think there's room for movement after this next season. I think unless something happens during training camp or someone gets hurt around the league, a trade could happen. I just don't see them moving him, and they've kind of shown their hand on that too. So I hope something becomes available for Kirk. I think he's still got good football ahead of him if he gets healthy. I don't think he was ever really healthy all of last season. So getting healthy, I think, would help him." Cousins expressed a desire to continue playing in May, but admitted he takes each season 1 year at a time. "I've gone back several years. I've always taken the 1 year at a time approach because I know how much 1 year in this league can change the conversation. So I kind of go year to year, but sitting here after year 13, I still have a desired play," Cousins told Sports Illustrated. "Time will tell if a team like the Cleveland Browns or Pittsburgh Steelers makes a play for the 36-year-old. The Browns have a constant quarterback competition with no clear standout, and the Steelers have an Aaron Rodgers issue that could resolve itself soon in 2025, giving Pittsburgh a chance to trade for a proper starter. Matty Ice just wants to see Cousins get a shot somewhere." About the 2025 American Century Championship. The American Century Championship will be broadcast from Friday to Sunday on NBC, Peacock, and the Golf Channel. Ryan is one of more than 90 athletes and celebrities participating in the annual golf tournament, held in mid-July at Edgewood Tahoe in State Line, Nevada. The Atlanta Falcons enter the 2025 NFL training camp with plenty of headline-grabbing storylines. Behind the scenes, however, a quieter drama is unfolding that could significantly alter the roster before Week 1. While the quarterback saga continues to draw the most attention, 2 other names, Kyle Pitts and David Onyemata, are emerging as sneaky trade candidates. With general manager Terry Fontenot unafraid to make moves, fans shouldn't be surprised if big names are on the move before the dust settles. The lingering Kirk Cousins conundrum. After benching Kirk Cousins for rookie Michael Penix Jr. late in 2024, the Falcons entered the 2025 offseason surrounded by trade rumors. Cousins remains a primary trade candidate for Atlanta heading into training camp, but his massive contract has made finding a suitor difficult. The 36-year-old signed a staggering 4-year, $180 million deal in 2024, only for Atlanta to select Penix weeks later. This baffling sequence has left Cousins in limbo as a high-priced backup. Fontenot continues to explore trade options, hoping a QB-needy team becomes desperate as training camp and the preseason unfold. That said, Cousins might not be the only Falcon packing his bags. Here, we'll break down two players who are sneaky trade candidates for the Atlanta Falcons entering the 2025 NFL training camp. 1. Kyle Pitts, high potential, uncertain fit. Once hailed as a future face of the franchise, Kyle Pitts now finds himself in an uncertain situation. The 4th overall pick in 2021 started with a historic 1,026-yard season, becoming only the second rookie tight end in NFL history to cross the 1,000-yard mark. Since then, however, injuries, quarterback chaos, and schematic inconsistency have hampered his trajectory. Entering the final year of his rookie contract, Pitts represents a complicated dilemma. His talent is undeniable, but so are the risks of a high-priced, long-term extension, especially when his recent production doesn't justify it. In 2023 and 2024 combined, Pitts totaled just 1,056 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's not what expected from a top 5 pick, particularly in a league that increasingly values tight ends who can dominate the red zone and stretch the field. The Falcons have since added weapons at receiver and adopted a new offensive scheme under coordinator Tanner Engstrand, which relies more on wideouts and motion-based concepts than heavy tight end usage. In this context, moving Pitts now could maximize his value. Fontenot could avoid losing him for nothing next spring and potentially recoup a valuable day 2 draft pick. That's an appealing gamble for a team still shaping its identity around Penix. Trade speculation isn't just idle chatter. Multiple outlets have floated Pitts as a possible trade candidate, with teams like the New York Jets, New York Giants, and even the Philadelphia Eagles mentioned as potential landing spots. If Atlanta doesn't plan to re-sign him, dealing Pitts while his perceived potential is still high might be the smartest move of all. 2. David Onyemata, veteran value, cap casualty. David Onyemata isn't a headline-grabbing name, but his importance to Atlanta's defense over the